guys. It's been a while since I've done a video like this, so I figured today was the perfect day. I woke up, and honestly, since the moment I woke up, I have been having panic attack after panic attack. So basically what's going on is my job, I'm a gymnastics coach. We have like classes and stuff we have to go take down in Austin, Texas, and because of the whole gas issue that people thought were going on and everything, we decided not to go last night. Well, this morning, and I am not exaggerating, I wake up to 53 text messages and 5 missed calls. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? It's my day off. I got to sleep in. I didn't wake up till 10:30, which never gets to happen. So I was like, okay, why am I getting blowed up? So I go back and I go to the beginning of the group text and I'm reading it. And all of a sudden, I'm going to Austin, even though we were told we are not going. And I had about 2.5 hours to get my stuff together. And I'm like, oh my God. I call one of my coworkers and I just start bawling. My anxiety went through the roof. I was having a complete panic attack. I felt like I was melting. And like, I'm not saying that to be funny. Like, I literally felt like I was melting. I had so much to do that it was to that point where I was just standing in one spot because I had no idea where to even start. I had to pack my clothes. I needed to pack all my meals. I had to send my check-ins to my coach. I need to eat. I had to work out still. I'm on my way to the gym right now. I have to do my gym and cardio because I don't have a gym down in Austin. In the time that we're getting there, nothing's gonna allow day passes. So I have to go do this now. And then I have to go pick up my coworker and head down to Austin, and hopefully we'll be able to find gas stations that don't have an hour wait. And so, like I said, I woke up and just immediately was in panic mode, and I kind of am still in panic mode. I'm slowly getting out of it, but there's a few things that happened this morning. I've been talking to my best friend Marcellus, and I was telling him, this morning a lot of my old thought processes came in. I got really angry. I slammed some doors. I was throwing stuff. I had so much going on inside me that it turned into anger. And it's been a very long time since I've dealt with anything like that. I used to have severe anger issues, and I have luckily worked out most of them. A lot of them came from some insecurities. A lot of them came from habit. Some of them came from both my parents have severe anger issues, and so just always being around that and seeing that's how they would respond to stuff. So a lot of it was just breaking habits, breaking thought processes and stuff like that. So that was one of the first thought processes that came back, was my anger. And I made sure to notice that. I did my best to notice that very quickly. And then that was my first thing I wanted to shut down, was that anger side of me. And so I noticed every time I would throw something, I would want to throw something else. And the anger kept building and building. Nothing was satisfying the feeling I had inside. And then that kind of clicked to me, was, look, maybe this isn't the feeling you should be having right now. And it's not getting anything done. So I literally had to make myself sit down and calm myself down and get that anger out of my system. And I just kind of channeled that all to the gym. I'm like, okay, I'm going to the gym in a little bit. I'm gonna go to the gym in a little bit. I'm gonna go do legs. We're gonna get it done. It's gonna be fine. All the anger can be taken out there. So that kind of helped me a little bit, and that kind of brought the anger down. But then I still had the panic. I still had the worry, which before about, I would say a little over a year ago, about a year ago, whenever I would get very stressed out or I would panic or anything, I would binge. I would binge hard. I would eat anything and everything in sight. And so that was one of the second things I noticed. I was trying to make my breakfast really fast, and I had the thought of, and excuse my language, but I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna eat everything. Like, I'm gonna eat. And immediately I had to rewire my mind in that exact moment and be like, no, you're not gonna binge. One, because you're on prep, and two, I have worked so incredibly hard to get rid of that mindset that there's going back to that mindset is gonna do more harm than good, not just physically but mentally. And so right then and there, I was very glad that I kind of trained myself to be aware of my thoughts, because I had that thought and was immediately able to change it over. Granted, it came up a few more times, but I was able to rewire it each time. I did not binge, I did not cheat. I was very proud of myself, and it's okay to be proud of yourself, guys. Like that, this morning I am proud of myself for the way that I was able to be aware of my thoughts and to turn them in the direction I needed them to go to. And then from there, I just had the thought of some more anger came up, and I was ready to punch something. Like, let's just be honest. I was ready to punch anybody and everybody and anything and everything. And, you know, I just had to remind myself that's not going to get me anything done. It's going to actually set me back a lot. And a lot of you are like, I can't believe you had these thoughts. Like, oh my God, that's pretty violent. And I don't think it's violent. I think it's one, like I said, a lot of it comes from habit. That's how I grew up. I would kick holes in walls. I would punch holes in doors. I would punch, not people, but I would want to punch people. I did punch one girl actually one time, but you know, I grew up very angry, and I grew up, that's how a lot of my emotions came out. And so it was just an old thought process and an old habit pattern that came back. And so kind of what I want everyone to take away from this is, you know, a good place to start is if you're wanting to change, is to be aware of your thoughts. You don't have to worry about changing them at first. Just be aware of what you're thinking about yourself, about what you're thinking about others. And speaking of that, I had a lot of negative thoughts towards others, which is something, if you know me personally, you know I try very hard, which I'm not perfect, I do sometimes. I try very hard not to think negatively towards other people because it's not helping anybody. And I just noticed I don't like to use the word idiot, and I was having that thought, like that word kept coming up in my thought process a lot, and like just a lot of other words I try not to use were coming up very frequently. And so I was trying to be, and I was forcing myself to be very aware of my thoughts and rewiring them and redirecting those thoughts to be more positive. And so whenever all of this was said and done, I just ended up having to text my coworker, and I was like, I need to write out a gratitude list, and I need to share it with somebody because I need to have something to be grateful for right now. And so I wrote out my gratitude list, and in the moment it didn't help. And normally that helps me a lot whenever I feel this way. I'll write down everything I'm grateful for in that exact moment. And so I did that, and in the moment I did not feel better. I actually got more angry because I didn't feel better after writing it. And so I texted Marcellus, and I was like, look, I'm effing pissed. Like, I wrote out my gratitude list. It didn't help. Like, it normally always helps, and today it's not. And so he agreed. He's like, you just need to go to the gym. You just need to go work it out. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go work it out. I'm going to go, I might even cry. We'll see. I don't know. You know, whenever I get too high, I cry a lot. And so we're going to see what's happened. I'm a big crier. But yeah, so just being very aware of your thoughts, guys, seeing what your patterns are, seeing what areas you want to improve in, and then being patient with yourself and realizing you're not perfect. You know, you can't make all changes in one day. There's going to be things that you're going to have to work on. There's going to be things that you're going to keep saying or doing or whatever. But be consistent and be patient, and then just be fully aware of what your thoughts are in most moments. I mean, it's not in all moments. It's almost not possible to be constantly aware of your thought process. There are times where habits or whatever is going to kick in, but those are the moments where you need to overpower your mind and let your brain take over, because the mind can run wild if you allow it to. And speaking of that, there is a book. I will try to post a picture of it. It's called The Way of the Peaceful Warrior. I think that's what it's called. And it's by Dan Millman. And guys, that book, I am not exaggerating when I say it changed my life. It was so amazing. It talks so much about how the mind can run free, and I think it's a fiction book if I remember correctly, but the way he writes it is you're able to take a lot of lessons away from it. And so that's a good book. I definitely recommend it. It's a very easy read. It's a very fun read. Like I said, I learned a ton from that book, and that's kind of like this morning I was able to take those in with it. And so on top of being aware of your mind, being able to let things go, guys. And I know I've had a video over this before. I just allowed myself to feel all the emotions I was feeling this morning. I didn't try to push them aside. I didn't try to suppress them. I didn't try to overdo them. I didn't let it take over. Sorry, I'm in a tunnel. I didn't allow them to take over my thoughts. I mean, for a little bit I did. I didn't allow it to completely consume me though. And so once I felt all the emotions, I was like, all right. And that's when I wrote my gratitude list, because I was like, all right, you know what? I felt the emotions. It's done. There's nothing I can do about it. You know, it's time to let it go. I felt it. I worked through it. I felt it. I worked through it. And it's time to move on with life. Sorry, I'm driving. And I probably shouldn't be driving and doing this, but I am anyways, because rebel. But yeah. So being aware of thoughts, letting it go when the time is right. And you know, I know I have a very close friend of mine who he's dealing with a ton of stuff right now. And you know, we kind of talked about it briefly, and he agrees, you know, we shouldn't allow it to consume us, but we also shouldn't suppress the feelings, and we should allow ourselves to, no matter what the situation is, maybe it's someone passes away, or like this morning where it's just circumstances that are completely out of your control and are total bullshit, or you know, maybe you get fired, or maybe someone breaks up with you, whatever it is, allow yourself to fully feel it. React the way you want to react. If you want to cry, if you want to scream, if you want to go for a run, whatever it is, go all out with it, guys. But then let it go once it's done, because you've allowed yourself to feel it. There's no need to keep feeling it, because that situation is out of our control. And that's another thing I had to keep reminding myself was, this is my job. Yeah, sometimes my boss needs to get her stuff together a little bit better, but it's my job, it's my life, and I have no control over the situation. And so I can't dwell on it. I can't be upset about it all day. I just have to go with the punches. I have to see it as an opportunity for me to grow. I was able to pack clothes, send check-ins, pack food, cook food. I had to cook my food. I had to do so much, and I got it done in an hour and a half, which I never thought I physically would be able to do. So I did it. It was a learning experience. I didn't even like portion out my meals. I just took everything in bulk because that's all I could do. I honestly just realized I forgot containers. So I'm eating with my hands this weekend, probably out of paper cups, which will be fine. Oh my God, I'm trying not to be stressed out, guys. That's why I'm just laughing, because laughter is the best medicine. All I can do is be happy and control my own emotions. So yes, I'm hoping my morning can be a learning experience for you guys. As always, I feel like it was very hectic, me talking, and a little bit bouncy and all over the place. But it's fine. You still learned something. So yes, I'm gonna go do a leg workout. I'll probably go ahead and record it for you guys, because why not? My day's already hectic enough. Let's make it more hectic. Let's do it. I have legs, and then I have 30 minutes of cardio. So yeah, I'm about to pull up to the gym, so let's get to it, guys. Alright, there's one more thing I wanted to talk about. Like I said, I sent check-ins this morning, but I was so stressed out that my whole entire body was swollen. Like, I am not exaggerating. I am going to go ahead and post the pictures on the screen, and the pictures are only about I want to say maybe an hour apart. I honestly don't even think it was that long. The picture where I'm in the bikini top is my check-in picture, and then the one with the shorts and the tank top rolled up is the later one that I actually took after I sat down on the couch, relaxed, and then I actually had eaten my oatmeal and drank my egg whites. So I had a little bit of food in me, and I had brought my stress levels down. And so that's one thing I just want to kind of point out to you guys is if you're trying to do a cut, or if you want to lose some weight and you can't figure out why, high stress levels are gonna make you hold on to weight. It's gonna release a chemical called cortisol. Cortisol is going to store a lot in the stomach, and it's going to make you look swollen. It's going to make you look bloated. Some people are like, oh, I'm so bloated. It might be your cortisol levels. It can make you hold on to a lot more weight because it's kind of putting your body into that fight or flight mode. And so it's going to go into like a survival mode, basically, to where it's like, well, you know what? We have high levels of stress. We need to hold on to this just in case something happens. So I want to post that just so you can see how much stress can actually affect you. And like I said, I honestly don't even think they're an hour apart. You know what? I can look on my phone. Let's look. Because, okay, this one was taken at 10:58. 11:30. Okay, so they're 30 minutes apart, guys. Like, it's just insane to me. You'll
I've been hearing symphonies. Before all I heard was silence. A rhapsody for you and me. And every melody is timeless. Life was stringing me along. Then you came and you cut me loose. Solo singing on my own. Now I can't find a key without you. And now you're so
guys, so as much as I love working out, unfortunately the workouts aren't really what I want them to be right now. We're focusing on just more detail work than anything, so I don't really get to go super heavy. I don't get to do a lot of squats. The most you saw was the reverse hack squat. That's like the biggest compound movement I do. Today I really just wanted to lift heavy. I really just wanted to kind of F some stuff up, and I didn't get to do that. That's okay. We're gonna roll with the punches. That's part of prep. I don't get everything I want, which is fine. Still got a lot of the adrenaline out, got a lot of the anger out that I had. I feel a little bit more clear-headed. I'm going to pick up my friend and my coworker. She's my friend and my coworker. We're gonna head down to Austin. So yeah, hopefully I will have this video up on Monday for you. We can do like a Mindset Monday and a workout. That would be cool. Excuse my hair. It is mass chaos because I didn't do much to get ready this morning. But yes, sorry, that is my GPS in the background. But yeah, thanks guys for watching again. I love you all so much. Like, comment, subscribe, share, do whatever. Also, my Instagram and my Snapchat and email are always down in the description box. Feel free to check them out and share them and whatever. My Instagram, I'm gonna start doing some more workout stuff on there. So yeah. And I'm gonna do another physique update for y'all soon, but this time I'll do like a video of me posing because I'm getting leaner, I'm a little bit more confident. Granted, that should not be a factor, but we're not perfect, nobody's perfect. I was at a point where I wasn't comfortable being on camera half naked. So yeah, I'll do that maybe for y'all tomorrow. And then the physique update should be up sometime next week, and I'll go over supplements and everything, so be looking out for that video. Thank you guys, I love you all so much, and I will see y'all next time.